Hi, this is Brian Ireson from the Computer Workshop again. Welcome to today's little tutorial. We're going to go ahead and play around in Word a little bit more today. So what I'm going to show you will be borders, applying borders to your text inside of Word. Now this may not be something that you would think about as a normal thing to do, but it's actually a very, very useful little thing to know about. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my document here. I've got a little piece of text up here that I've made bold so it looks like a header. I've done a little bit of an insert on this paragraph here. If you remember where you watched the paragraph control using your ruler tutorial that was last week, um, I just did that. I just moved my left indent and my right indent in to kind of create a pull quote look and feel here. So now I want to kind of stylize this and decorate it a little bit with some borders. So first things first, I'm going to click onto that first line here. I'm going to zoom right in so to the page width, and I'm going to select the whole paragraph. And that's, that one line. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to select that whole thing. And I'm going to look on the Home tab. I'm going to come over here in the paragraph group, and I'm going to see this little thing that looks like a window, kind of a window pane that has a drop down, and I can actually go in there and see all the different types of borders. Now this is so much quicker and easier to just go ahead and apply that bottom border, which is the default. Now I have a line that goes all the way across my entire page, which is pretty awesome. I mean, most of us would have underlined this thing and then just put in a whole bunch of blank spaces with underline as a formatting attribute to create this. But then as we add text and this and that, this changes. All of a sudden we have wrapping text and underlines that just go nowhere, that it's just not worth the effort. Learning to use your border will pay off really, really quickly. Now, if you want to apply formatting to this, you can always come right up here to the drop down, and you can look at all these things and come right down to the very bottom where you can choose borders and shading. So now I can look at the style. Maybe I want this to be a dotted line or something of that nature. You have all these different styles. So let's say we're going to have a little fun here. Let's make something that's thick on top and a thin line underneath. I can change the color of that if I wanted to. And I can set the thickness of this. Now I'm not going to go crazy here and make it 6 points. That's really kind of heavy. I'm going to keep it simple. Let's just try 3 points to start off, and I need to make sure the next thing here is, what am I applying this to? Am I applying it to the page, to the paragraph, to the text? Well, I'm going to use paragraph. So I've got that, and I can safely click OK. That didn't really format for me, so try that again. When I apply the format, it's kind of deceptive. You so want it to happen right away, but no, you've made that formatting change. You need to go back up and reapply it. So that's the thing that really trips us up most of the time. I make those changes. I don't see anything. This isn't working. I'm going to try something else. Just take a second, reapply it, and it will bring the formatting changes you've just made. All right, now I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to look at this little paragraph that I've made an pull quote kind of look. An indent on the left and an indent on the right. I'm going to make this italic. So I'm going to click 1, 2, 3 to select that whole paragraph. And I'm going to use my keyboard shortcut here of Control I for italic. So cool, that looks pretty good, but what'd be really nice is if I had something that wrapped all the way around this paragraph. So to do that, I'm going to come back to my borders. And I'm going to use, let's say, an outside border. Now, look at that. It took the attributes of what we did before. Maybe that's a little too heavy. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. Click on my drop down for my borders. I'm going to come down to the very bottom and choose my borders and shading option. I'm going to change that to a simple thin line. I don't want it to be so thin that it's only a half a point. Let's go ahead and make that a 1 point line. And you know what? Let's make it a color. This would be another chance that you could use to apply company branding to this. So I'm going to make it the company blue, let's say. Make sure I'm applying this to the paragraph, and I'm going to click OK. There it goes. This time it actually just went ahead and made those changes and we saw it. Sometimes it works for us, sometimes we got to reapply it. But let's zoom out and take a look and see how this whole thing appears. So coming back up top, I'm going to use my one-page shortcut button up here in my QAT and look at how much better that looks with those few little attributes and how quickly and simply we're able to apply it. So if you liked what you learned in this little tutorial, please subscribe to our channel. We do put out new videos every week. So always come back, check us out, see what's new. And please, if you did like it, subscribe. So until next time, take care.